Earth at this time is going through a transmutation. It is leveling up to its next destined dimension. Its destiny. We find language, yours, humanity, and the vehicle's language, insufficient to describe the processes that are taking place, but movement towards the quanta or the quantum field is the process at hand. So the Earth right now is indeed changing, with humans tagging along for the ride as they were seated and created with the frequency of the Earth. So when in the Bible Eve was created from the physical rib of Adam, we will say this story corresponds to the creation of mankind from the earth. You were made from and of this earth. So your consciousness is intertwined as these changes are happening and the field is expanding. Many humans are faced with their deepest fears. Avoidance does not support evolution. So this is a time for everything that is able to be processed to come up to the surface. We have the strong belief that everything that comes up to the surface is indeed able to be processed by humans and by each of you individually. We have faith in this race to excel and succeed. We have been privy to timelines where mankind meet its true creator, elevating its consciousness to blossom together and explore existence as a species. Humans are given with much creativity, which is the driving force for expansion.
What is Earth's thoughts on humans at this time?
Yes. Humans at this time are greatly varied, as some feel like they're sinking in the quicksand, trying to kick and scream and resist the pull that they're feeling. It is inconceivable for those to not be led by the ego. And as the ego begins to float up to the surface and disintegrate, this creates much, much fear. This is the group that requires the most attention, not in behavior, but in frequency, as they generate a lot of fear, which in turns affect the next layer of humanity, which is a layer that's stuck in the middle, while the two poles pull further apart into the extremes. We would call those poles light and dark, although we will mention we are all of the light, and this middle layer finds itself abandoned, not sure which way to turn. This is the layer that requires the most attention in action. The layer on top, the crust, the layer of the light, are you who came here for this transformation. You are here to hold the proper frequency with the earth, for humanity. It is your role to stay in your light. It is your role to feel your being despite of the amnesia that you take on when you incarnate in physical body on this dimension. You are to answer questions, lead the way, make sure that this bulk middle layer of humans are supported and loved and are ushered into the light, into a way of life where fear is not in control, into a way of life that is one with the earth, one with yourselves, and one with the beyond. So earth, as you would like to call it, is aware of all these layers and their different needs. We hold them all in a warm embrace, knowing that together we're going to step up to the next level. It is so. There are other intelligent species, we're using human terminology here, occupying this planet. Most of them are outside of human awareness. They have different relationships with the earth, depending on what strand of beings you refer to. There are many that are here waiting, assisting at this time. Those have been here for millennia and are of the earth in a different capacity than humanity. These species are very involved with the earth energy. However, a lot of this involvement is done on density or dimensions other than you're aware of at this time. There are also physical intelligences on your planet. Again, several and many, and each have different relationship with the earth, we will say that they are all aware of the changes that are happening. They are all aware of it to an extent that is greater than the human collective, because they live inside the earth. So in physical sensations and telepathic communications, they experience the earth more closely than most humans.